Good morning, beautiful people. Saying good morning like an Indian person. Isn't it great? Okay, anyway. I'm gonna talk about manifestation. Somebody asked me to do that. I'm gonna do that. Wait for it. It's stuff that people don't talk about. Okay, so the first thing is, manifesting is like an equation. It's physics, it's mathematics. What you do is, you have to vibrate in the exact same frequency as the thing you're trying to attract. If you're not attracting this thing, that means you're still not on the same vibration as this thing. So you have to go lower or you have to go higher. I highly suggest you only go higher, but anyway, it's just a suggestion. And so that means manifesting something requires a new version of you. You have to do something different in order to manifest what you want. Doing means acting, because when you create motion, when you create movement, you move energy towards something, meaning you create transformation through letting the universe know where you want to go, and you do that through intention, and intention is showed better than ever through action. So you do something different to demonstrate you want something new. Manifesting a new reality requires a new you. That means that you're going to be a new person. When you are born, what are you? A new person. And what do you have to learn to do? You have to walk, eat, talk. You have to learn how to do everything, including learning what do you like to eat, what kind of music do you like, what kind of colors do you like, how does your body move, what do you like to do for a sport, for example, what subject in school do you like the most, what food do you like. That means when you change yourself to create a new reality, you die and then you are reborn, meaning you have to learn everything all over again, and people don't realize that. You have to learn everything about you again, because you're not the same person that you were before, and not necessarily you're gonna like and do the same things the way you did before, you know? So when your entire goal is to evolve and become the best that you possibly can, and you work on this tirelessly, you are rewarded, and your reward is to get to this point where you're about to transcend, quite like what Jesus did, you know what I mean? And so when you're about to transcend, what happens is that your mind stops blabbing. And so the only thing that your mind works for is your dreams. Therefore, your heart tells your mind what, the mind should create, should act on, should create in the human form, And so you don't have an object in your mind anymore. You just know how you want to feel. Therefore, you don't manifest with the vision in your mind anymore. And your entire process of manifesting changes because you want to feel a certain way and you want to attract a certain vibration, which is very different from asking for a camera, a bike, a house, a car, which is an object that your mind can fathom. That means, in very practical terms, that means you're gonna start living in the present and nowhere else, which is legit what every spiritual teacher and leader has been talking about for millenniums, and very few of them have managed to accomplish. Why? Because when you don't know what it looks like in the future, you have to trust what your heart is telling you today, because you don't have an image, you don't have a vision, you just have the energy. And so you have to follow that energy. And that means each moment of your day, connecting with yourself and seeing what does your body have to do now, meaning moving towards whatever it is your heart is telling you to do without knowing exactly what you're gonna get from it. And this for me is what trust means. Nothing else is trust but this. You trust yourself completely, because when your body and your heart tell you something, you do it. Because it's one thing for you to know how much you're gonna get in the end of the month, how much is your salary, how many years you have to work for you to buy the house that you want, the car that you want, for you to have the kids that you want to have, for you to get the wedding that you want to get. This is one thing. And of course you can get married before, you can get a promotion, you can change jobs, you can change countries, you can get an amazing opportunity, you can fall in love before you thought possible, of course. And in the negative side as well, right? You can get divorced, you can lose your job, you can have a problem, a health problem or whatever. Of course these obstacles happen, but it's very different this is very different from waking up in the morning and saying, damn, what do I have to do today to get closer to that feeling? It's very different because it's a feeling. It's from the neck down. It's not up here, you see? And this is what people really have a hard time to understand. There's a difference. And what I described in the 2 previous stories is exactly what it means for the feminine to lead and the masculine to follow, because the feminine points the way and the masculine acts, does what has to be done to achieve whatever it is that the feminine is pointing at. For you to get there, you need to walk, you need to talk, you need to change, you need to heal, you need to create new techniques, you have to be better at this, and you have to release that, and you have to go around with this new person and release that old person, or you have to go to another country and you have to learn another language, or whatever it is. This is all masculine energy. So the feminine goes first because the feminine points out where you're going, and the masculine follows because the feminine gives you the feeling and the masculine acts on it. And all of this that I just said proves to you 2 things. The first one, that we are taught, we are conditioned from birth to manifest, to create our entire world, our entire reality from the mind. And the mind is controlled by the ego. That's why the ego is such a huge problem. If everybody was taught to manifest from the feminine, which acts from the neck down, then the mind wouldn't be so full of crap and wouldn't be so desperate to be shut down, and the ego wouldn't scream so loud. Why? Because the ego and the mind, they would be your best friends, working towards your dreams, working towards the things that you should manifest, that you want to manifest, that the feminine, that your soul through the feminine is pointing at as what's right for you. So it all starts with the conditioning from birth, and you get stuck in the mind because of that. It also proves that you can manifest things, you can manifest an entire reality from the super positive, from the super negative, from love, from fear, from every shade of gray between black and white, from every side, every little tiny bit of the spectrum. So manifestation is available for you no matter where you are, no matter in which category do you fit, no matter what vibration do you have. Like, you can always work with manifestation from everywhere. And this means that you have free will. And it also means that whatever it is that we see in the world and everything that happens was manifested by us. So the people who have too much power, if they are not deserving of that power, that means we gave them that power. So how do we reverse that and give the power to people who deserve? How can we make it more equal? By us changing.